Hi, and welcome to CPSC 06, Programming and Methodology 1, a course in Java programming. We are going to use Blackboard, so obviously you've gotten here or else you would not be watching this video. So let's take a look at how we're going to communicate in this class. I'll always post things to announcements here on your home page. So go ahead and click on any of the announcements here. You might have already clicked on welcome and read our welcome message that says to click around. Our welcome message also has some helpful links. If you've never taken a programming class before, you'll want to follow some of these links and check them out. Make learning fun by playing some games. Yes, they seem a little childish, but they still teach great logic concepts that are used in programming. And they're fun. Our second link to Code Academy, a great learning space online. They have a free Java course that can assist in your learning. They have some interactive tutorials. We will go over the same concepts in our class, so doing these tutorials will only help you. They're also pretty fun. Our third link here that I gave you is to the Java Doc tutorials. They're still hosted on the Oracle website, and they have a Getting Started link and Learning the Java Language link. As you get better at programming, you'll come more and more to this site. This site has a lot of directions on using the Java programming language and some advanced concepts. Our second announcement is down here at the bottom. Interested in web development? We are offering a free web development class here at Merced College. You don't even have to register for this class, you just have to come. Go ahead and click on this link to check it out. In this web development class, we're going to learn HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, and Java. More importantly, we're going to learn how to build beautiful responsive web pages and web applications. The times for this class is listed here. We are no longer going to have the Friday nights, so our class will only take place Monday and Wednesday. The calendar will be updated soon. The Saturday classes will still take place. So again, these classes will be Monday and Wednesday, and then one Saturday a month till the end of the semester. Topics we're going to cover in this class are listed here. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see a form that you could fill out to show interest in the class. And then a note from an email that I received from a former student. So remember that this information here is not about our CPSC 06 class. This is a separate, different class offered through Merced College. But they are not a requirement for our class. Now let's go back to Blackboard and check out the other links that we have here. Here we have class info. In class info, you will always find a syllabus and an up-to-date schedule for this class, which we'll be going over in 1 second. Underneath the syllabus and schedule link is a message about our Friday online meetings. These are not face-to-face meetings, but rather online collaboration meetings. We will hold these meetings every Friday. This Friday it's from 3:30 to 4:30. The times might change a little bit, but they will always be held Friday afternoon. To connect to these meetings on Fridays, you come here and you make sure of the meeting time, and then you'll click on the collaboration link. By clicking on the collaboration link, it takes you to a place where you can click on online meetings, and you can it will open up a Blackboard virtual classroom. And within this Blackboard virtual classroom, you will be able to communicate with me, and I will be able to communicate messages back to you. I can also show you my screen and do a little bit of a lesson if we need to. Underneath the Friday online meetings is my office hours. You can always come to campus and find me on campus. I will be in my office on Mondays from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. on Tuesdays from 12:40 to 1:40 p.m., and of course on Fridays in the collaboration meeting. Under class info, we also have some notes on tutoring. Go ahead and click on the link to see the tutoring form that you'll need to fill out in order to receive tutoring. On the bottom of this form, you'll see that it requires a signature from a counselor or an instructor. I will happily sign this form if you bring it to me during my office hours. Remember that if you would like to have tutoring for this class, even if you know that you will be using tutoring later on in the semester, if we do not request tutors early in the semester, we will not be given tutors for programming classes. This has happened in the past, where many students did not need tutoring in the beginning of the semester, but then would have liked to receive tutoring at the end of the semester, but were refused tutoring because of lack of funds, we were told. So if you need tutoring, go ahead and fill out this tutoring referral form. Even if you think you might need tutoring later on in the semester, please fill out this tutoring referral form so that they will indeed hire a tutoring for the programming classes. Over here on the left, you'll also see a link to lectures and code. This is the link where you can find the other links to our online lecture videos and of course links to our lectures. If you click on the assignments link, you'll see your assignments. You'll always see the readings for the week, such as this week. It says get your book ASAP and read both chapters 1 and 2. It also has directions for your first homework assignment, which is Hello World. In this first homework assignment, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is set up your computer with the needed JDK and Eclipse software. I have directions for Hello World attached to this assignment. I also have a YouTube video showing how to download the software if you get confused in downloading the software. Here is a video link to how to program Hello World. And here is another video link on how to find and attach your Java program to this assignment in Blackboard to turn it in. Your assignments will always be due Sunday by midnight. So make sure to do this homework assignment and turn it in Sunday by midnight. In our discussion board, you can post questions about the class. Over here on the left, you'll also see a grades link. Of course, being early in the semester, you won't see any of your assignments or grades yet, but this is where you'll see all of your grades for the class. Alright, I'll let you explore the other 4 links. And let's go back to our syllabus and take a look at our syllabus for the class. If you click on the syllabus, it'll open it up and it has all of the information about our class. I just realized that it does have a room number listed here, but I will get rid of that room number. All of our hours for this class is online. You only have to come in person to the final exam. Our final exam is held Thursday, December 15th, 2016 from 5 to 6:50 p.m. in room Com2 here on the Merced campus. To get a hold of me outside of class, please email me. And always see my office hours in Blackboard. Feel free to come in. Even if you're an online student, come to my office hours if you need help. Here's our course description. This course introduces the discipline of computer science using a high-level language, such as Java, and provides an overview of computer organization and an introduction to software engineering. Topics include methodologies for program design, development, style, testing, and documentation, algorithms, control structures, subprograms, and elementary data structures. Our elementary data structure is an array in this class. These skills will be used to solve a variety of application problems. And remember that this course is approved for CID Descriptor 122 and is therefore transferable to any California State College. You can follow this link to learn more, and if you have more questions about this class being transferable, feel free to email me. Underneath, we have student learning outcomes. These are the things that you're required to know before the end of this class. I'll let you go ahead and read through these on your own. They might not make sense at first, But by the end of this class, all of these things should make sense to you. The student learning objectives break down the student learning outcomes. We come to our required text and materials. You only need a single book for this class. I've just listed many options for acquiring that textbook. You can buy just the textbook with no online learning tools by following this link here. If you think that you might need an online learning study tool, you can buy the textbook that comes with My Programming Lab. My Programming Lab is an online study tool, but is not a requirement for the course. This online learning tool has all the chapters listed from our textbook, and if you open up those chapters, you can see that it has problems listed for each chapter and each section of the textbook. If you click on these problems, the questions come up here on the right, as well as the solutions to those problems. If you were using this as a study tool, you would try to attempt to answer these questions, such as at each step of its operations, the input to a central processing unit is an instruction. Again, it does have the solutions here if you get confused, but I would always try working out the answer on your own at first. Sections in your textbook get a little bit more difficult and require Java programming. The questions will allow you to type parts of a program into the window, such as write a complete main method that prints hello world to the screen. This is why this is not a requirement for this course, but rather a helpful study tool. I know for a fact that my main method here is correct, but it is telling me it's wrong. If I look at the solutions, I can see that yes, I do have the same main method as them, but for whatever reason, it's saying that my program is incorrect. So make sure you kind of look at the solutions too as you're working through some of these programming problems if you choose to use this tool, because sometimes this is why this is not a requirement for this course. Sometimes it tells you it's wrong when it's really right. Unfortunately, tools like this that are used to grade or solve programming problems don't work all the way yet. Alright, remember that that tool is not a requirement for the course, but can be used as a study tool. Now the third option for a textbook that I put here was the brief version of our textbook. This is because this textbook here is used in our second level programming course as well as our first level programming course. So if you are a computer science major, you'll want to buy this textbook because you know that you are taking the second course. Or this textbook here, the comprehensive version. If you're only taking one level of programming and not planning on taking CPSC 39, then you could get away with just buying this brief version of the textbook since we will only be going over the first 7 chapters and chapter 12 of the book. Revel is the tool that we used to use for this course, but it does not work anymore, and so we do not use the Revel tool for this course. Another option for a study tool would be the author's website. I put a link here to the author's website, and you can follow that link to the author's website. On this website, you'll find source code for examples in the book, answers to review questions, solutions to even-numbered programming exercises, video notes, bonus web chapters, interactive quizzes, supplements, debugging tips, data structures, and algorithm animations. You will have to pay to get access to the site. And just to see what you get for your money, you can see that he does have quite a few video notes for a lot of the programming problems in the text. And he does indeed contain the solutions to the even-numbered programming problems. And then he does have a quiz tool that asks some of the same questions that were asked in My Programming Lab. This tool just isn't as fancy as the My Programming Lab tool, but it does have the same type of questions. So again, that's another option. Remember, it's not a requirement, but it could be used to assist with studying. If we come down here to grades, you can see the grade breakdown for this class. Your lab will be 15% of your grade. Your homework is 20%. Class assignments are 10%, and you may ask yourself, well, what is a class assignment? We will have class assignments still in this class. You will have to watch a video and finish a program that's required of you and turn it in. Test 1 and 2 are tests on programming. They'll each be worth 10%, and our final test is 35% of our grade. Test 1 is a multiple choice true-false test and will be given online to you. Test 2 will be a programming test in which you will be given 2 hours to complete a coding problem and turn it in. You won't need to take Test 1 and Test 2 in person, but you can take these tests online. But for the final exam, it is mandatory that you take this exam in person and that you bring a valid ID at the time you are taking this exam. It's the only time you actually have to come in for this course is to complete this final exam. The final exam will be held on Thursday, December 15th from 5 to 6:50 p.m. in room COM 2, which is in the Communications Building at the Merced campus. This exam will be open book and open notes, but you will need to complete the programming part of the exam with no help from any other person. And always remember that we are trying to learn, and we do not need to turn in the same code as somebody else by copying and pasting it. If you do this, you will get a 0. And that goes for any of the exams or any of the assignments done in this class. You will be given labs and homework each week. The lab will consist of completing tasks using your computer and then answering questions and/or writing code, and then turning these into Blackboard. The homework will consist of a programming project, 1 per week. If the programming project is really difficult, you will be given a couple weeks to complete it. You will be turning this into Blackboard as well. No late assignments will be accepted. Like mentioned earlier, class assignments will be due each week. You will be required to watch a lecture and then complete a small program that goes along with the lecture. Extra credit for programming projects and assignments will be made available throughout the semester to help make up any missed points. To cover one of our student learning outcome C, which is to summarize the evolution of programming languages and how this history has led to the paradigms available today, we will write a small essay / research report, and more information on this will be given in the next few weeks when it's due. Students will be expected to log into Blackboard regularly, and if I see you haven't logged into Blackboard within 2 weeks, I reserve the right to drop you. But remember, it's your responsibility to drop, and it is not my responsibility to drop if you decide you're not going to complete this course anymore. Remember that Merced College has many student services available to you, and they are listed here. And of course, we finally come to the important comments. Your name should always be at the top of your programs. Remember that if you need tutoring for this course, you need to take advantage of that and go early. Listed assignments may be changed during the semester. Remember that there is no makeup work. Read your book and then reread your book, and watch online tutorials. Keep learning. Expect to spend a few hours outside of class per week. Remember that I have regular office hours and help sessions, and that you should come and find me or email me if you have questions. Post on the discussion board your questions. An up-to-date schedule will always be posted in Blackboard. Remember to look at your announcements when you log in. Post questions to your discussion board. Remember to get help with programming projects before they're due. Importantly, set aside time to work on this class and have it run in your schedule and stick to it. If you know that this class is going to be difficult for you, I advise you to get either of the My Programming Lab tool or use the companion website. And most importantly, remember to always write your own code. It makes you smarter and you won't risk getting a 0. At the very end, there are some helpful links which you can follow. Let's go ahead and go over the schedule for this class. On the left here are our week numbers, numbered 1 to 18. In the date column is the date of the Monday of that week. Following that is our class description, what we'll be going over that week, our lab, and what you should be reading that week. You'll see lots of quizzes. These quizzes will be done online and help get us ready for our tests. If you scroll through the weeks, you can see we've covered variables next week, then branching and loops. We'll review, and then we'll have test 1. Remember, that's your online multiple choice test. We go into algorithm design and then methods, and then we start practicing for our test 2. Remember that test 2 is a programming test that will be timed. It is not actually in class. I use the same schedule for my in-class programming class, so remember that yours is online. After test 2, we'll go over arrays, and then how to send to our program input from a text file and how to produce a text file from our program. At the very end, we'll review the chapters we've gone over. And remember, this is the only time that you have to come into this class in person, is to take that final exam. Alright, I hope this video has helped you understand this class better. Remember to email me any questions, or go ahead and go to the discussion board and post your questions and they'll be answered. Thanks for tuning in, and I will be talking to you again soon via video.